You've heard it. This call may be recorded. But what does that really mean for your data? That recording isn't just words. Your voice pattern can reveal your ethnic origin, age, and even health status. Even without your name, the unique acoustic signature of your voice can be enough to identify you. And that's why major privacy laws like Europe's GDPR explicitly classify voice recordings as personal data. So how do you record compliantly? We'll break down the legal rules and the new AI risks that change everything. Let's start at the foundation. Your voice is considered personal data because it's a form of biometric data, unique to you. The protection isn't limited to the audio. Regulators also count the metadata, the timestamp, device ID, and your location. When systems create a voice print, a mathematical model of your voice, the rules get even stricter, often requiring explicit written consent. Because this data is so sensitive, regulations are built on data minimization. Only collect what is absolutely necessary for a stated purpose. And what you do collect must be fiercely protected. This demands strong security like end-to-end encryption and strict access controls. So we've established voice is sensitive personal data. Now, what legal justification do you need to actually record it? The most well-known legal basis is consent. But under modern privacy law, the old model of implied consent is no longer sufficient. To be valid, consent must be explicit, freely given, specific, and informed. You cannot bundle it in a long terms of service document. But consent isn't the only option. Processing might be legal if it's necessary for a contract or to comply with a legal obligation. Choosing the right legal basis is one of the most critical steps. Getting this wrong can invalidate your entire data processing operation. This focus on legal justification gives individuals significant power. But if someone gives consent, can they demand you delete their voice forever? The rules are clear, but the stakes are even clearer. When companies get this wrong, the consequences are severe. First, the financial penalties. Under GDPR, fines can reach 4% of a company's global annual turnover, or 20 million euros. Then, there's the legal risk. Google, Amazon, and Apple have all faced major class action lawsuits over unauthorized voice recordings. And the risk isn't just in call centers. Always-on smart devices pose a constant threat of capturing sensitive private conversations. Handling voice data correctly is already difficult, but the rules aren't the same everywhere, which complicates things further. You must account for Europe's GDPR, California's CCPA, and specific state biometric laws. A one-size-fits-all approach is dangerous. Remember our question about deleting data? Under laws like GDPR, individuals have the right to erasure, letting them demand deletion. This right is powerful, especially when consent was the legal basis. However, it isn't absolute if another law requires you to keep the recording. So far, we've covered the legal ground, but a new wave of technology is raising the stakes to a terrifying new level with AI. Recall how we said your voice is a unique biometric identifier? New AI can create a perfect, fraudulent clone from a 3-second clip. This technology fuels a surge in vishing, voice phishing attacks. Scammers use cloned voices to impersonate CEOs or family members. This means every voice recording your company stores without proper security is no longer just a compliance risk. It's a potential weapon. This is the new reality. Data that is deeply personal, legally protected, and now dangerously replicable. The risks have never been higher. So how do you move forward responsibly? It requires shifting to proactive privacy ethics. Legal compliance is the floor, not the ceiling. True trust is built on transparency, fairness, and accountability. We've shown that your voice is not just sound. It is biometric personal data, packed with sensitive information that the law protects. For businesses, treat voice data with the same respect you would financial records. Adopt a privacy-by-design approach from the start. Audit your practices now. Review your legal basis for every recording, strengthen security, and be ready to honor user rights requests. The future is vocal, but it will only be successful if it's built on a foundation of trust. Protecting voice data is vital for that future.